Today I'm going to tell you what I experienced after being on keto for 1 year, what I liked, the mistakes I made, and what happened when I went off of keto. Also stay tuned because I have a big surprise at the end of this video. I've been on keto since December 2017, and it has been a wonderful journey, I would have to say. I lost 40 pounds, I feel great. It really was a good experience for me. I feel that if you want to lose weight quickly in a healthy manner, this is definitely the way to go. So to start with, we might as well talk about the things that I really liked about keto. And probably the number one thing was the food. I followed a lot of calorie-reduced diets for years, and so I restricted myself from anything high fat. I was always eating the low-fat sour cream, low-fat yogurt, and now to be able to have bacon and heavy whipping cream was definitely a treat. I found that I really enjoyed my meals and I felt full. The other thing I loved about keto was not having any of those carb crashes. I didn't have that same, I absolutely had to eat at a certain time in the day. I felt that that really gave me more flexibility because I found that I could even go and skip lunch and still be perfectly fine by supper. And along with eliminating the carb crash, I feel comes with much better moods. I felt like I had really even energy all day long, and I didn't go through that hangry phase where you absolutely need to eat. A year into keto, I feel I was doing really well. I had lots of energy and I was really enjoying it. However, these are the things that I struggled with, and hopefully if you are doing keto, this will help you too. The thing about keto is your body needs to burn your dietary fat, but if you're wanting to lose weight, you also want it to burn your body fat. And if you're consuming just way too much fat, you never give your body a chance to do that. I know a lot of people like to count macros, and that's good when you start, but the thing about keto is your macros are going to change. The amount of fat that you need when you start is not going to be the amount that you need when you're fat adapted. So for me, what I did is I just paid attention to my body, and if I was hungry between meals, then I knew I needed to add in more fat. And if I wasn't, then I could cut back a little bit of fat and have my body run on a little bit more of my dietary fat. The other major mistake that I made was eating way too much protein. And I think that that is something that a lot of people struggle with on keto. A lot of times when you go to somebody's place or you eat out, there may not be as many options, so you tend to gravitate towards the protein. But the problem with eating too much protein is the protein gets converted to sugar through gluconeogenesis, and then your insulin spikes and you get kicked out of ketosis. So too much protein is not a good thing. Remember to try to go with moderate amounts. The other mistake that I made was not eating enough salt. Once you're in keto, you're kicking out your electrolytes more than what you were before. So if you're not supplementing that back in, you're not going to feel good. You're going to be dizzy, headachy, and that all can be completely avoided by just adding in a little bit of salt. The other mistake that I made was not having enough fiber. And now that you've removed carbs from your diet, you're not getting that same amount. So you need to be making sure that you're eating lots of good leafy green vegetables, lots of coniferous vegetables, and that will fix that problem right up. The other error that I did in my first year was I cut out a lot of exercise. I was really feeling great, losing weight, and so I thought, oh, I don't really need to worry about exercising as much. But I think exercise is very important, and you don't want to eliminate that from your life. All right, the final struggle that I had with keto for the year was the social aspect. It's just a little bit more challenging going out or going to somebody's house for supper. And with that being said, it's definitely not impossible. You can always offer to bring a dish, or you can just look at menus ahead of time. You can get around it, but I have to admit that it was something that I just didn't see coming, and it was a little bit more of a struggle than what I was expecting, but it's definitely something you can overcome. All right, let's talk about what happened when I went off of keto. Now, in January, I decided to stop keto, give my body a break, and just see, was it worth it? And I noticed in the first couple of weeks, it was fine, not really a big difference. And then after about a month, I just was not feeling good. Not only did I put on a lot of weight, probably the most noticeable thing was the inflammation in my body. I would wake up in the morning and my face would be puffy, and I just did not feel great at all. In addition to the weight gain and the inflammation, I just felt irritated, unhappy. I would have these mood swings. I'd have the carb crash that I really didn't like having before. And I thought, yeah, this is just not for me. I'm going back to keto. So I am back on keto, and I am loving it and not planning on stopping anytime soon. And now for the big reveal that you've all been waiting for. The news is that I have sold my house, almost all of my possessions, and I'm full-time traveling right now. I know, it's kind of crazy, but it's amazing. So I really want to start my channel up again and just show you what life is like with keto on the road, take you to some of these amazing locations that I'm planning on going. And I think it's going to get really interesting as I cross over into Mexico in the next couple of weeks and show you if you can do keto in Mexico. I think you can. All right, so be sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you soon.